3 spells. Okay, so I gotta add 2 more.
Okay. So, Mr. Benadryl Kumquat, with a hit die of d6, being that you are level 3, say average, you're 12, plus your con mod of plus 3, that's another 12. 24 is your max.
That sounds about right.
You have a really big con score.
Yeah. I wanted to make it so that he was surprisingly durable for amusing situations.
I was about to say he is very durable.
My hope was that he would survive his own fireball at one point. That is essentially what
I rescind that. At level 3, you should have 24. Or, sorry, 21. 21 HP. Which is still a lot, but slightly less.
Still got more than me.
Alright. So, anyone want to recap?
We did some stuff. There were some things.
I like
Someone
it.
did a thing.
I like it. All right.
Very accurate recap.
Yeah, well, honestly, we started last session because I spent 2 weeks contemplating how I wanted to take a dude alive, failed the dice roll, and then Lars rolled really good dice and turned them into slushies. Then we spent the next half hour trying to figure out how we were going to get over a hole in the floor.
You did it. You did it, by the way.
Yeah, we
Good work,
did.
everyone.
We did, and then we found out that the Redbrands weren't home when we were expecting a massive fight, so we kind of anticlimactically ended up walking out of the manor, and now escorting our new friends out. We were given a potential quest to go pick up a emerald necklace that we could potentially go do on our own time whenever, and now we're outside the Tressendor Manor trying to figure out if this population will let us leave, just walk away, or if this town is about to shrink in population out of fear of Redbrand's retribution for the citizens letting us leave.
That's a pickle.
Yeah.
It's a big pickle.
So, that is where we now stand. We still don't know, by the way, where our shiny goblin castle is. Because apparently nobody bloody knows where it is.
That is true. It has been a very elusive location.
To be honest, we're starting to get to the point where we're considering to bash every grunt's face in until somebody gets us an actual location.
We've been chasing wild geese. Well, here you stand. Kind of a little bit past midday. It's hot. You're hanging around the ruins of Tressendar Manor. The giants that you are towering over the wreckage.
Yes.
And we also managed not to burn this manor down further, so that's nice.
Yoink. I forget, did you take a hostage?
No.
We did tie one up that was up here when we went in, but we don't know where he is now.
We just left him.
We should probably check and see if he's still there.
We left him on top of the hatch that we came out of, so he's not here.
It seems like people have picked up and left. There's no sign of any Redbrands anywhere.
Yeah, gentlemen, that's not a good sign.
Well, perhaps it's because we, raided their operation here, and this was one of their strongholds. They seem to be raiding all along the path here, along with the goblins. They're in cahoots.
Yeah, and the thing is that the town minister probably does not appreciate the relative peace he had getting completely upended.
Well, why don't we ask him ourselves?
Yeah, that may not... Okay, it's gonna go one of two ways. It's either gonna go really well and he'll be appreciative, or we're gonna have to shoot our way out. Air quote, shoot our way out.
Like we haven't shot our way out of every situation already.
I don't know,
That's
this
not
last...
what I signed up for escort duty.
I mean...
I thought I'm quite fond of the thing.
Pardon, Benadryl?
I, for one, am quite fond of shooting my way out of things. It's quite fun.
I noticed with the whole rock to the back of the head thing down in the, dungeon area.
I didn't kill him, the rock did.
Yes. You can keep saying that. It doesn't change the fact that he died from the rock you launched it. Or whatever.
Oh wait, is our Nothic friend still alive?
Yes, he is.
Maybe.
Yes, he's still alive.
Well, at the
I
last
really
you saw
tried
of
to
him,
talk
yeah.
him into fighting him.
He was eating rather well last we saw. So
There's an entire treasure chest that we did not take.
it wasn't ours to begin with. We shouldn't be taking what isn't ours.
Yes, we should.
You say that like it's a problem.
I do. The Nothic said it was his. We're not allowed
It's
Oh,
to.
not
that
his
one.
if he dies.
Listen, the Nothic can be someone else's problem right now.
For once, I agree with you, Toa. All right. Well, we need to come up with a course of action, a plan of sorts. We could just waltz back into the town like nothing happened, or we can, be a bit more cautious and do a bit of a sneaky sneak.
I'm down for Operation Walk right back in.
I feel like that's probably what we're going to have to do. I don't think we're going to be sneaking around much anyway.
I mean, yeah. I just don't expect the town to... The town's going to be either one of two ways. They're going to be very happy with us or very unhappy with us.
Well,
it will be one or the other.
Well, since you're so worried about it, Toa, you could go ahead, if you wish, and scout ahead using your special little disguise ability. 50-50 chance on who you should disguise as.
Yeah, I'd rather, I guess... I don't know.
I think we're overthinking it.
Yeah,
Let's just head back into
you should
town.
just walk in.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly don't think they've stuck around.
Well, I think one can walk downhill.
I mean, I prefer thinking before we walk, because, you want to know where you're walking, but I kind of agree with that statement.
Alright, well, I guess, the real question is, are we just going to go to Barthen's Provision and just leave? Or are we going to visit...
I think we should take a trip around town, maybe, talk with some more of the townsfolk. Maybe one of them will have a lead. Otherwise, we might be able to follow up on that place they told us about, the people we freed. Maybe perhaps we can follow up on that.
That
What
is
place
outside
that?
of town.
That
is
sounds
in a
like...
s-
That
Sorry,
sounds
go
like the only lead we have right now.
Well, I mean, it's not directly related, but the Redbrands raided that town, so we may find a trace there as well as the heirloom the family requested that we retrieve for our own keeping. They were kind enough to say we could have it.
So, if we're going to visit the town master, I advise we go as a complete group in case we have to shoot our way out.
Okay.
You and shooting things.
It's a great time.
I'm sure if you weren't a cleric, you'd be an archer in another life.
Who says I
Turn
can't
a
wield
bird
a
into a
bow?
slushy.
The forces that be around this world.
All right.
Right. It was the forces that be, not you.
So-
Perhaps it was me, but I'm also not the one that gave him noodle arms.
Oh,
My
right. Do I have
noodle
to...
arms.
Benadryl quickly checks his person and finds the arm that he was given.
Oh, why do you still have that?
It could come in handy.
He's armed himself.
I have armed myself.
Don't worry. You don't have to worry about it. That's his burden to shoulder.
I feel like that's a really underhanded way of going about this, my friends.
Benadryl makes an absolutely stupid laugh.
Right,
Like,
so as
laughs
we're walking
backwards.
back to town, do we, notice anything immediately wrong, per se? Or do the townfolk look at us differently as we walk?
As a matter of fact, yes. So as you walk through the town, you get some just kind of odd stares, and people whisper to each other, and they avoid your glance. They avoid your gaze. So when you try and make eye contact or wave or anything, they and they duck behind something, or they shut a door, or they draw their blinds or whatever.
Wow,
Yeah, that's
creepy
not good,
safety
gentlemen.
guide.
Well, looks like a good sign to me.
I definitely do feel a bit uneasy about that.
The
If we don't
fewer
get anything
people
out of
we
the
have-
town master, we can always ask Barthen. He's always been forthcoming.
I just hope this town is still on the map when we're done with it.
It's been on the map for over 300 years. It'll still be here when we leave.
We can
That's
change
a
that.
traitor.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right, so so I'm gonna guess we walk up to the townmaster's hall and take a peek around.
You do indeed. Let me grab something here.
Do I need to unlock this board?
No.
Ah,
It's the middle of the day. This door should be open.
no, not the door, the board.
There we go. You guys are gonna get on this go board.
Okay.
Hop on
Oh
there.
boy.
Did I hear somebody's cat?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
He has informed me that food has arrived.
Oh, they drew a wall over you.
Oh no.
You're in the middle of the wall now. Alright, so
I don't
Big
think we've
desk
made our way in
here.
yet.
and like some bookshelves over here, documents and stuff. And there is a guy over here. He's the townmaster that you remember from before, as you recall. Their name is Arbin Wester. They're this balding, like King James VIII type guy, with just kind of stubble growing out of his three chins, who looks at you with an expression that makes you feel like you need to make an insight check.
Oh boy.
Arcana check.
No, not that one. Just insight.
I inspect him for runes.
Very well, roll Arcana.
Insight. What do I have a modifier for insight? Oh, +5. Lovely.
Let me go. I have a +1. Let me grab my dice.
4.
6. That's not great.
I got a 17
Dice?
roll.
17? Alright.
Where'd you go,
So-
Dice?
Back
Garthus,
here.
it should be at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, sorry, a 19.
19. Well.
Yeah.
Alright, so Garthus, being that you're the first one in through this door, into this
Trying to
dusty
step back.
little administrative office, you see this fat man and fancy clothes, this elected official, trying to remain calm. As you enter the door, his eyes kind of pop. It's like almost imperceptible, but he clearly is reacting to your presence. He sees you, and then he's like, oh, something's going on there. And you're reading a lot of anxiety off of him. Something's up.
Okay. Hey there, is everything all right?
Everything is fine. What can I do for you? He kind of
That
looks
is-
around shiftily.
That is the least convincing everything is okay I've ever heard. You want to tell us what's going on?
Oh, nothing. It's a beautiful day. If you look at windows, you like. I'd say with your insight check, you also notice that his eyes seem to be darting to this dark area, kind of obscured, where one of the bookshelves appear to be oddly like skewed off from the wall. Like there's some space over here that doesn't look quite right, and his eyes kind of dart there and then back and then dart under his desk and then back, and he like straightens his collar. What can I do for you, fine adventurers? Have a seat. Go on and make yourself comfortable. And then
Someone blocked the door.
So, yeah. Okay. Toa. Not so fast. All right. Excuse me, Mr. Wester, is it right? If Lars says as he steps forward one.
You can call me Harbin. He smiles
Oh,
like a
Harbin,
little
Harbin.
bit too wide. Like it's almost more of a grimace.
I see. You clearly have a bit of distress in your voice. I know you're trying your best to hide it, but
Distress! No, not at all! Not at all! He like, as he says not at all a second time, he looks under the desk as if talking to somebody else.
That guy's getting a blowjob.
What?
I'm gonna ignore I heard that, and I'm gonna say,
Yeah, that didn't. These birds are making some weird noises.
Can
Crows.
while I'm talking with him, can I be stealthily looking around the room, just casually glancing around to see if I can see anything or anyone that might be hiding anywhere?
Sure, make a perception check.
Okay, let me grab my dice. I'm going to 17 plus 1.
Okay, so you kind of just kind of march back and forth here and there, and right over in this area, you see this leather boot just kind of scooch out of view behind the bookshelf.
I see.
Well, you see, Mr. Harvin, we ran into some trouble earlier up at the manor. I have a feeling you might be aware of such things.
Trouble? Why? Whatever do you mean? Phandelver is quite a peaceful town. Not goblins, surely.
No?
Yes, I actually quite find the town peaceful to a degree. As Lars is speaking, he nods over at Garthus, the kind of, hey, be ready, look in the corner kind of nod.
Gotcha.
What? I actually have a question for you, Mr. Townmaster. Don't mind
ask
my friend
away.
here. My friend is just... We want to know a bit of the history of this region and perhaps some of the surrounding area. And we notice you have quite a few books here. Would any of these possibly be records of the region or nearby areas? You did mention goblins in the area before, so...
As a matter of fact, yes, I would get up to retrieve them, only I have recently eaten a large meal. And he, pats his ample stomach. That's it, yes. How do they say? Having a comatose spell after a large breakfast. His desk is clean. There's, no evidence of food.
Well...
His face is not greasy. It's not hard to tell that he's making that up.
Well, of course, Mr. Webster, or Harbin, as you requested me to call you. I would like to say though that I've spent a lot of time in courts and politics, and I'm not buying that one.
What? Buying? I'm not selling anything. Just making conversation.
Look, if you don't want to get the book, that's fine. Don't make up a story. We'll just grab it for you. Oh, Garth is here. We'll grab it. I don't mind him. He's very gentle with books, but despite his very hulking stance.
Make up that's ridiculous. Not making up any story. I'm not a type of person to make up a story. I make laws. I draw bank loans. He's all spaghetti. It's like he's bursting at the seams with spaghetti. He's profusely sweating. He's visibly sweating. He's actually dripping from how much he's sweating.
I'm gonna pull up a little piece of paper and see, look, I'm really gentle with paper. I can even read. And then I verbally cast Fog Cloud.
Oh.
All right, roll initiative. Everybody roll initiative.
And the fog begins to billow out. Benadryl Kumquat thinks to himself, man, someone is making up a storm in there.
What the hell is Benadryl talking about? This freaking wizard.
Okay,
He's just thinking this.
I rolled a 14 plus 2, so I got 16 on initiative.
I have a
Gotcha.
So, I think the dice tower is bugged for me.
Yeah, there's a cube back here that keeps sucking your dice away.
Oh, I see.
What?
So
there is.
If we start rolling it, it's just gonna...
Oh. The cube yoinks it, I see.
It's like, where's my dice keep going?
Okay, just roll it using the R key a bunch of times. Just spam R on it.
Or...
That works.
Should we,
There we go.
Here, I'll just lock that in place too, so it...
All right,
looks like Toa rolled a 20.
Yeah, natural 20.
Nice.
Wow, nice. All right, let me roll for Albertine. is there silently, 0 personality, just a meat shield. That's a nat 1. Excellent.
Also natural 1.
He's not even paying attention to the conversation.
Oh.
All he heard was him talk about food.
His personality is like just slowly seeped out through his toes. Benadryl, what did you roll?
For initiative?
Yes.
Give me a moment, I've wrote it down.
Let me switch to combat music.
15.
15 total?
Yes.
Okay, since I have all your character sheets, you can just give me the flat numbers because it does the calculation on my initiative calculator app thing that I use.
I rolled 14.
Man, I missed my old keyboard because my old keyboard had a little spot where I could just set my phone up and have it facing me. That was very convenient. This keyboard does not have something like that. I need to spend some money. Need to spend some money and buy some products. Toa, it's your turn. You're up first.
Okay, so what enemies are visible?
None. As a matter of fact, even the rest of you are invisible because there's a fog cloud in this area.
Huh.
If you're going to move, now would be the time, says your conscious.
It's 20-foot radius centered on a point in range, so we'll just say it happened like. Is there a way for me to ping? I forgot what it was.
Tab.
Was it tab?
Tab.
We'll center it right there.
Okay. Center it here? Like here? Alright, and
Yeah.
what's the radius on that?
20 foot.
20 foot. Okay, so from here, let's say That's
As
about
soon as I take
that's
my
about
turn, I'm
20
gonna have to
foot.
take care of him.
Do you want me to use a different color pencil for you there?
Nah.
Because I can just make it yellow and it's different contrast.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
no,
for it.
The piss
Go for it.
cloud.
No! Not the piss mist.
So,
I hate that.
What exactly
Somebody
does this
filled the
spell
humidifier with piss.
No!
The spell basically creates an aura of so you know when you're up really high in the mountains and clouds just kind of float through? It's like that. It's just really dense. It just does that by magic.
This is our chance to get the town master out of the way.
Yes. So, Toa, it is your turn.
Oh. Okay. Well. Can I use Sacred Flame as a reactionary move?
Player, you can ready it. So
You said my maximum HP was
21.
21. Thank
Correct.
you. For
Yes.
some reason, it's trying to give me 81.
Are you
That's
sure you
wrong.
don't want 81 HP?
I would love 81, but that feels like cheating.
He doesn't mean that. He would not love 81.
I will. Because I don't really. It's like. I'm not really, the frontline focus, like, combatant.
I'm doing a dramatic pan around the scene. You guys are watching the stream. It's really cool and dramatic right now.
Whoa.
Hold on. How does this spell work?
That is
That
certainly
might
a
have
way.
been the most D&D thing I've heard in this. How does this spell work?
Okay. Garthus, I'm assuming you're going to be a frontline. You're going to be diving in immediately.
Yeah.
Alright. I've saved all my spell slots this whole time. Let's start using them. So, I will cast Sanctuary on Garthus.
Okay.
Okay.
Garthus, all attacks against you have disadvantage until you make
Fantastic.
an attack. Until you make an attack.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think that's how that works, according to the description given. So, until spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must make a Wisdom saving throw. On failed save, creature must choose a new target or lose the action. Does not
If the
protect
warded
against
creature makes an
AoE.
attack or casts a spell that affects an enemy creature, the spell ends.
Okay.
So, yeah. That spell I knew by I kind of just remembered how that one works. Don't rely on me to have that knowledge for most spells, but Sanctuary was one that I used on the previous characters. That one I remember. But yes.
Well,
that's
I'll
the
still cast
situation.
it anyway. I have no idea how many enemies are. So until you take a swing, Garthus, you will be a little bit more annoying to hit.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes. All right. Well, that's your turn, Toa. Yes.
Bonus action. I guess I don't need to ready this yet. So yeah, go ahead.
You also can't ready as a bonus action, only as an action. Lars, you're up.
Well, no. I have some things that are bonus actions I can do. Like technically, Sanctuary is a bonus action.
Touche.
So, but I'm not going to use anything else. Actually, to be more optimal, I'm going to dodge and then bonus action Sanctuary.
Oh, you can cast Sanctuary as a bonus action?
Yeah,
Like
Sanctuary is a
2 seconds,
bonus
I'll be right
action.
back.
All right, excellent. All right, Lars, you're up.
Okay.
I'm going to be right back.
I'm going to see if I can get the town master out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here so I can... That's technically a desk. I can't move over the desk. I don't think. I have to go around. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. The desk is like a weird spot. Is that going to count as a blocked action or no? Because we're on the dot. We're on the line, or the cross, not the actual squares.
You can just do. You can unsnap You can undo snapping on the character.
Oh yes, I can do that. Let me do that.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I'm on the grids. That's better. So
Also,
okay.
feel free to straddle stuff. It helps to be within the grid lines, but not super necessary.
I try to be in the grid lines as much as I can.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
All good.
1, 2, 3. I guess do I grab and pull him? Is that an action I can do?
Yeah.
Get him out of the way.
He's a very big man. He looks to be
I know
about
he
2 or
can
3
move on
times
his
your
own. I
weight.
just basically want to guide him. Well, maybe he can't move on his own.
Maybe he really did have a big lunch.
Maybe he did.
X-Files music.
Yeah, I know he's a big guy. I don't know if I'd really be able to, like, pick. I'm not
He's a
asking to
big
pick him up.
fella.
I'm asking to, like, tug him along to see if I can get him just to move.
All right.
Like, move out of the way. Like, away from the desk and the shelf and stuff.
Yeah, make a strength check if you're going to try and pull him, but if you're going to try and guide him, then make a...
I'm going to try and guide
Persuasion.
him up and out. Basically, I'm going to grab him, kind of, like, tug him up a little bit and say, hey, come with me.
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay. There's my dice.
Roll it.
10, and I have a persuasion plus 5.
Okay, so as soon as the fog was cast, this man started just kind of yowling. Just kind of like, ah! Ah! What's happening? Don't kill me! Ah! But you know.
I was cutting out for half of that.
Oh, more than half.
Oh, it was? Wow. I was
On
hitting some
Discord,
higher,
at least. On the stream, it came through just fine.
hitting some higher registers. Or no, I was just not loud enough. Yeah. He is kind of thrashing around and panicking, and it's difficult for him to hear you. You make an entreaty, but he's wigging out. So you
Fair.
aren't able to...
I wish I would have known that before I tried that, but oh well, that's my action.
Yeah.
I don't have any bonus actions I don't think I can do, so I guess that's it for me.
Okay. All right. You attempt to convince him. He is hysterical. Benadryl, you are up.
Well. Oh, geez. Let's see. I'm still in the doorway. Can I see?
I gotta stand up for just a second.
Can I see who might have been under the desk?
No. The desk is down to the floor, and it's solid oak. There's no viewing under it from one side, and the rest of it is obscured by fog. So there's really no visual from where you're standing.
Well, given that I have no spell slots as far as I recall, and my only attack cantrip right now is Firebolt, I'm going to cast Mending.
Upon what?
That was a joke. I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Oh, okay. Firebolt?
Yes. And
Um,
I'm just going to fling it randomly into the mist.
Allow me, in this moment, before this action becomes cemented, to remind you that this is a small office filled with scrolls and other dry parchment and leather-bound books, just kind of
You
sitting
are right.
dry and dusty. Let me also remind you that you have the
I would
ability
like to
ready
pre-
an action for a certain. You can set a trigger and then use your reaction outside of your turn. Say, for example, wild hypothetical. If someone were to jump out of a fog.
I have Prestidigitation and Dancing Lights. Could
Okay.
I do some finagling and make it look like I cast Firebolt?
I'll say you can cast. Dancing lights and have them shoot into the mist.
Okay, I will form one dancing light.
Okay.
And hang on.
You gonna make it dance?
I'm going to hurl it into the cloud of mist. I'm going to make it fiery red color, and I'm going to make it look like it splashes against the wall right here.
All right. So this little golf ball type thing. Pretty much what he said happens.
Yeah.
If you squint at it and or like are familiar with magic, you know it's not a fireball, but to the untrained eye, it looks magical because it is, and somewhat intimidating.
Reasonably fiery.
Yeah. Only thing is, it doesn't make any noise, but it does look spooky.
Make sound effects with your mouth.
Yes. Just yell the spell's name and nobody will notice.
True. If you say fireball, nobody will know it's not fireball.
That's
Is that like yelling fire in a crowded theater?
yelling fireball in a crowded town hall. Okay. So, is that your turn, Benadryl?
It is indeed.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's so tall and
Just a
handsome.
giant hiding behind this wall.
This is what it's like to have no spell slots. Pain.
Right. So on this guy comes rushing out, and then rushing past you here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sounds like
5,
opportunity attack time.
6. If only he was elusive. It's as if he disengaged or something like that.
Whoa.
Speaking
That
of
sounds
though,
illegal.
What?
completely illegal. He's a bad guy. He's all about breaking laws. He does, however, end his turn right there, and it is, however, your turn now, Garhi.
Oh, okay. Gonna take one of the. Let me see. So this guy's sitting behind a desk.
One of them came from the fog. You don't know where in the fog he came from.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm assuming he wasn't the one hiding under the desk, though, at this point.
Maybe not.
I have my assumptions. Just judging from the fact it would be hard to hide a whole person under the desk.
Difficult, yes.
You want to see me do something really stupid?
Want to see me do it again?
Yeah. I am going to run over to the desk. How do I stop snapping to the grid?
Undo the
there we
grid
go.
toggle.
Toggles.
Grid toggle.
There we go.
Or yeah, actually just grid.
I'm gonna clamber up on top of the desk real quick, and then plunge a spear straight down into the middle of it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Where D20 at? There we go. That, and where's the bonus? +2, so 12 altogether.
12, alright. Okay, let's say 12, alright. That pierces through the desk, and you hear the splintering of wood, and you kind of make out it's kind of an intake of breath. But that is all that you see that happens. That's all that you get out of that situation.
That's fine.
But you do, your spear does go through the desk.
All right. And I just shout, "I'll do it again!" And then that's it for my turn.
Okay.
Not terrifying.
I'll stab your desk so many times. The resale value is going to be atrocious.
All right. All right. So Lars, make a strength saving throw.
Okay, this is not gonna go great.
Alright, I'm back.
8.
8.
I think that's a -1 for me.
Okay. It's like a
Let me
7.
go double check. Yeah, I have a -1.
Okay, all right. So from out of the fog comes another Redbrand. These are both Redbrands. I feel like I should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
I figured they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he tries to kind of wrap an arm around the back of you, like with a knife in his hand. He tries to kind of wrestle you into his grip, but
Heavens!
he's kind of disoriented. So he doesn't have the leverage that he needs in order to really... You manage to break free.
Get away from me, vile beggar!
Yes.
This rear-naked choke needs some work.
This dude in the fog, you can kind of see him through the mist, still just kind of flailing hysterically. Albertine is up next. Whoa, I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, they actually interact with each other.
Yeah.
You ducked right underneath that. Wow. So Albertine is going to go ahead and take a swing at this guy with his ever-ready great axe and get a magnificent roll of... Well, actually, it's a hand axe. Magnificent roll of 10, which you basically saw what happened. This dude ducks right underneath it. That's all Albertine was able to do. Paladin, I do not believe he gets to yet. Alright. And top of the turn order, it is once again Toa's turn.
Very good. Alrighty. So, did Garthus end up using up his sanctuary yet?
Does attacking a desk count?
You didn't attack a person, so I don't think so.
Well, I did attack with the intention of hitting whoever I assume is underneath it. So I don't know how that works. It's Schrodinger's sanctuary.
Interesting. I think you're... I don't know. I'll say you don't know. It's in a quantum state currently.
Fantastic.
Alright, Toa, what you doing?
I'm eyeballing one of my new shiny level 2 spells to figure out how it works.
Alright. If you are interested in having me explain it to you, let me know. I can kind of...
It'd be Spiritual Weapon.
Oh, spiritual weapon. That's a good one.
You spawn it at a spot that you can see within range, and you can make it bonk people.
It's basically like a lightsaber that attacks on its own, But it doesn't like kill people in one
It's
swing.
like
Yeah.
the Old Republic right there.
Yeah, like it basically like a force weapon. You summon this sword or axe or polearm or whatever that attacks people kind of by itself, and you can telepathically. You can command it magically to move to specific areas. But yeah, spawns in an area you can see, which means nowhere within this fog cloud because it is obscured. Anywhere else though, including right here. Within melee range of an enemy or something. Theoretically.
Can I command it to go less lethal because it's a melee weapon, or does it count as magic?
It
so
counts
it's
as
not
magic. It deals force damage, so you cannot call non-lethal there. This spiritual weapon has no chill.
Very good. It wants to splatter people all over floors. Very good.
Yep.
Alright. I don't really know. Well, Lars is in trouble here.
That's very true.
I can see number 2, correct?
Yes. It's through just kind of some mists and fog, but you can see both of them. You can see everyone except for Garthus. He is obscured. If you spawn a spiritual weapon, let me know. You can.
I think I'm gonna. Okay, hold on. Oh, this will be good. Okay, so if I use the command spell, do they have advantage because we're in combat?
I don't think that affects it. Let me.
It doesn't say.
I think command is. It doesn't matter. Yeah, one word command. Yeah, nope. Doesn't matter if you're in combat or not. Go ahead and try that out if you'd like. One word
Creatures must be
command.
within 30 feet of each other when I target them. Okay, so there are 2 Redbrands, right?
Yes.
I will use command level 2 to target both of them.
Interesting.
And I will command them to surrender.
All right. So that's a wisdom saving throw from them. What's your spell save DC?
DC 13.
13. All right. 13 wisdom save. Wisdom. 9. All right. They both fail. So their eyes kind of go cloudy for a moment, and they become placid. And they hold up both of their hands. They sheath their weapons and hold up both of their hands. And you have a sense that you've got about 6 seconds to do something before the effect ends.
Alright, guys, you have a couple of seconds to tie them down or do whatever. They're not fighting anymore.
All right, so
I advise either grabbing them or restraining them in some way.
All right, so Toa, I don't think you can do anything because you used your focus to command them. So
I've got nothing else.
Lars, it is your turn. This
You want to
dude
try and
is
restrain
holding
him?
up he's basically holding both of his hands in front of him with these kind of milky white obscured irises.
Well, that's easy enough. I've got a small swath of rope that we used earlier. I'll just tie his hands together.
Okay. Make a dexterity check because you got 6 seconds to do this.
All right, dexterity. I have a +2 to that. Let's see
Excellent.
how this goes. Here's my dice. Let me give it a roll.
16, all right.
16 +2.
You handily tie a very solid knot, and this guy looks, for all appearances, to be very thoroughly bound. And that is your turn. I don't think you can do anything else.
Nope.
All right, Benadryl, you're up.
how the turn's table. Now he's the hostage.
Oh, those turns do be tabling. Benadryl, what are you going to do with those
Benadryl?
tables?
Make a mix track, obviously.
Hell yeah. Sick.
Benadryl is going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no. Benadryl is going to stay outside, ready a firebolt, and keep an eye out down the hallway.
Okay, it's down the hallway, meaning like in this area here?
No, like down to
This
see
corridor?
if anyone else is coming in the corridor.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is the door into like the outside. So outside here, inside here.
Oh yeah, like make sure no one can. Basically, make sure that no one interferes with what's going on down here.
All right. So you basically hold your hand up in a wizardly threatening manner, like put on your rusting bitch face and just
He's a
stand guard.
he's a wizard bouncer.
Yeah.
Righteous. All right.
And if you don't follow my rules, I'll catapult you out of the building.
So this Redbrand ruffian number 1 appears to spend his turn just kind of standing in place. And then at the end of his turn, he snaps out of it, but it's not the end of the turn order yet, so you still have a little bit of time. Garthus, you're up.
This time I'm gonna like hop down off the desk and see if I can. I know it's thick fog, but I'm assuming if I'm like right in their face, I'll be able to see, right?
Yes, you do not see the dude in this chair. You did hear some kind of clamoring and crashing. So if you look around, you can see him kind of like cowering in the corner.
Okay.
Blubbering.
My intention was more like look under the desk and get ready to jab.
Oh,
but-
all right. So you look under the desk?
Yes.
Okay, so from up close, like 5 feet away, you see that the desk is no longer occupied. You can kind of see splinters where your spear is still kind of pierced through it, and a pretty spacious under-desk area, as a matter of fact, for an ample pair of trunk-like legs.
Okay.
That is what you see.
All right. Oh no. I mean, I can't really attack anyone, and hop off. Look, we will just run outside of the fog. I don't know
Okay.
how much movement can get me close to this guy.
I'd say this I'd say would count as difficult terrain. So you've used 5 feet here, and then 10, which is 15, 20, 30. I'd say you can get within melee range of him if you use all your movement.
Okay. And I'll be generous. I'll say that I used some action to like check the desk and surroundings there. So
Okay.
I'll just sit there.
All right, sounds good. And that is that. It is this guy's turn. He comes out of it, realizes his hands have been bound, and then he tries to make a break for it. He like disengages, and then with bound hands, just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And runs. Albertine, while this guy is still mystified, binds his hands, or at least attempts to bind his hands, with some of the rope he has on his person. The rope falls to the ground. His hands are still unbound.
Tragic.
Tragic indeed. And I think that is where we will call for a little break, but I will see you all back in about 20 minutes.
Sounds good.
I'm out of space. All right, hold on.
Back in the New York groove.
So it is top of the turn order. It is once again Toa's turn.
Alright, so I'm assuming number 2 here is running for his life.
Correct. Yeah, with his hands bound, he's trying to squeeze past Benadryl. He's mid stride as you will land your attack. Not sure if you ever were made aware of like canonically how the combat works, but everything happens simultaneously within a turn order. So by the time you make your attack, you will be like mid stride through this door, mid scoot.
So I've got one of two options, because I'm assuming I can still attempt to bind number 1, right?
Just barely. You have until his turn.
Okay. So it's either I try to clothesline number 2, or I try to get number 1 more cooperative.
Decision. I'll give you some time to think about that.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Do I know who's next in the turn order?
I mean,
If I remember
meta-wise?
Okay.
I think it's
It's a dex roll to try and tie him, is that what it is?
yeah, dex check.
What's my dex? It's not fantastic.
Who's got the inspiration?
Oh,
We
right.
all have 3 of them.
Lars,
I
yeah,
can hand
Lars
out one.
has a stack of inspiration. He's just been hoarding.
He is a writer.
Now seems like a good time to use inspiration.
I'm gonna move here to try. I've got this weird. Hold on, I've got the grid snap.
Oh, here, I'll turn that off for you. There you go.
I will stand here to give advantage if someone can take a swing at number 2. I will attempt to bind number 1.
Okay.
Actually, I've got a better idea. I want the weapon out of his sheath.
You're gonna take the weapon while his eyes are all clouded over.
He's gonna disarm him.
As a matter,
I'm gonna take the weapon out of his sheath and stab him with it.
Oh,
okay.
brutal!
Well, unfortunately, that'd be very cool.
Is that not a thing?
No, I'm just kind of internally debating whether or not. Yeah, why not? I'll allow it this time. Don't expect this to be a consistent thing, though.
Okay. I'm assuming it's like a dagger or some description?
Yeah, it's pretty much just like a normal dagger. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. Ye olde dice tower.
Not bad. That hits. Roll damage.
Okay, so what's the damage on this dagger?
It's 1d4 plus strength. Or dex, depending on if you're using it as a finesse weapon. I think you can choose which one you want to use.
I'm going to use finesse because I have a -1 strength, so I'd much rather take the 0 dex.
Okay.
4 damage.
Wow, look at you.
That's the
Get
first
him.
melee attack I've connected this entire game.
Good job.
Alright. Why don't we just... Except he doesn't duck out of the way. Alright, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'll leave it there.
Alright, Lars, you're up.
Alright, gotta figure out how to stop him. I wish Albertine was not in the way.
I mean, you have enough movement to get
Yeah,
to...
you've got like 6 squares of movement. You can...
I guess that's true. I keep forgetting how small the room is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get there to get a clear line of fire.
Well, the problem is my ammunition's sitting on the shelf behind me.
Or I was gonna say, or you can at least just try to trip him with your staff.
I mean, I guess I could do that. That'd be the simplest solution.
If you need ammo, look for the closest gnome or dwarf.
True.
Just throw them.
So, I got another question, Omega.
Yes.
Can Benadryl catapult that dagger from my hand into someone?
You would have
Yeah.
to throw it because I can't use the spell on anything that's being worn or carried.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be free floating.
I'd have to throw it on the ground first, okay.
Or in the air.
Mhm.
Or throw it at one of them and then have
Have
Benadryl prep. If you
catapult
prepped
in
a
the air.
reaction to catapult it once it was thrown, then that could work. I'll say that's the circumstance in which that would be
Okay.
allowable.
I don't have any more spell slots.
God, deathmatch just
Oh,
slaps
I
so
used
hard.
them all.
It would look so cool, though.
It
So
would look really cool.
I do have a plan.
technically speaking, I don't. It says for weapon attacks I have either spells or unarmed attack. I technically have a quarterstaff in my inventory, but that's supposed to be like my staff.
You can
Does that
use
count
that
as
to
a weapon?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
counts as a weapon, but you'd use your strength to hit things
Yeah,
with
which
it.
is not great.
If your strength is negative, that actually subtracts from the damage that you do.
Basically, all I'm trying to do is just trip him, keep him from moving.
Okay. I would say that's probably that would be a dex check because you're trying to do kind of a dexterous action. Make a dexterity check right there for that action.
Let me roll this.
Wow, very good.
19 plus 2.
All right. It's not his turn, but I will keep that number in mind and I will let you know what happens.
Okay.
Okay, Benadryl, it is your turn. This Redbrand is charging up from behind you. You hear kind of his thumping footsteps. You turn around just in time to see him start to charge through the door, and then this little brown stick just kind of shoots out diagonally in front of his feet, and time kind of freezes, and this is your moment to do something.
Benadryl has almost exactly the same thought and goes, "Oh no! Whatever shall I do?" And kind of like steps back a bit and sticks his foot out.
This is just gonna end up becoming like a kick to the face.
Very true.
Just sticks his foot out, ready for him to fall over the foot.
All right, this guy, go ahead. He disengages, and then he like
What?
scrambles over this desk and flees back into the fog.
That's crazy.
You don't know exactly where he is. He's somewhere in here.
That's fine. I'll go vaguely to the corner when I have a turn again.
Oh my god, where did I
Where did he go?
He
just...
disappeared into the fog.
He really disappeared. In there somewhere. Alright, Garhi, you are up.
I'm assuming, what, like 5 of you have got this? I'm gonna run into the fog after this guy.
Alright, so you see this dude's kind of just like frantically looking around right and left. He's brandishing a dagger, and he like whirls around
I thought I had
and makes
his
eye
dagger.
contact with you. You do, don't you?
Yeah, I stabbed him with it.
In that case, he's like just kind of
He
like
also
patting,
should be bleeding. So.
yeah, a little bit. He's like just patting his legs and buttocks area, just like where he would normally mount a weapon. He's like, where, what? Kind of just looking around, all bewildered.
Last session, were you guys trying to take people lethally or non-lethally when possible?
Less lethally because I wanted to ask questions, but we may get our answers, so go for whatever you want.
Okay, it's stabbing time.
Yeah,
That's why I have 2
stabbing time.
spears. Let me actually roll that.
There we go.
That is, that's a 5 plus, I think, like 2.
Okay. And that would be a disadvantage anyway because of the fog. Wait, is your fog cloud still up?
That lasts a while unless wind interrupts it.
Cool. All right.
Is
You're probably
a
fine then.
Oh, it's concentration. I can just break concentration on it.
All right,
Yeah.
if you'd like to, you can break concentration, and then we'll get rid of that fog cloud.
Yeah, let's do that.
Fog cloud is gone. Gone, baby, gone. You see the dude, kind of cowering in this corner. As soon as you break concentration, this dude wheels around. He does like the caveman SpongeBob thing, like he sees that guy and he like looks at you like he doesn't have a knife. He just kind of freezes. You're in the standoff. And your attack does not hit, by the way. He like ducks under it.
It's okay. I think I have a little follow-up thing I can do.
Try it?
Yes. I'll do Pull-on Master's follow-up attack thing.
Go for it. And are you calling non-lethal, or are you trying to kill this guy?
For now we're trying to just kill him, but that's not going to hit anyway because I rolled another 5.
All right, yeah. He just like jumps over it this time. He does a Dread Pirate Roberts thing.
Okay.
This guy is
He's
looking
gonna have a bad time.
in this direction as you stick your staff out. So he goes flying headlong. He flies like a good 10 feet and like tumbles, and his feet are just kind of sprawled out in front of him. His arm looks like it may be dislocated because he was bound when he hit the ground.
Quickly, Albertine, sit on him.
Albert, do you say that?
Yes.
All right, Albertine charges over, sits on him,
Okay.
just like tackles him. Just
Benadryl looks at Lars and goes, "Wow, you really didn't give him a leg up."
I honestly didn't expect it to go that bad. I was kind of just panicking in the moment.
No, that was really good.
Toa,
Thank you.
it's your turn.
Righto. So I'm.
Has Sildar just sat here and done nothing this entire time? I just realized she's in here.
He was stroking his beard and reading a book.
Sildar is way cooler than all of us.
He's like, this is beneath me. I don't need to expend any effort here. What you doing?
I'm going to go up to here.
Remember,
And-
it's difficult terrain.
Let's see. So I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to attempt to attack number 1 with the dagger I took from him.
Stab that MF. Alright, roll to attack.
And I whiff on that.
Yeah, he ducks. This dude is just like dancing away from your blows. In place, he's like Neo from the Matrix. Lars, you're up.
Oh, goody! I get to make a fool of myself. Let's see. I have a couple options to me here.
Oh, would my attack have been flanking, by the way?
No, it's not a straight line.
Oh, it's gotta be straight line. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't know if it mattered because he had his back to the wall, but I guess it's because I need to be directly behind him.
Yeah, them's the rules. Alright.
Or I think that's okay. Well, I think I can do this. It's within 60 feet. Is there a book that is within 5-ish pounds on the shelf? I can just launch towards him.
Oh, I love where this is going.
Do you have catapult?
I have
Catapult.
Yeah, there's some big
Does he
tomes.
have any quills on his desk?
Yeah, there's a quill.
I'm going for blunt force, not acupuncture.
There's a quill, yeah.
I
I mean, it would kill him anyway if you hit him with catapult.
Just make sure you shout intelligence check when you throw the books at him.
Talk about throwing the book at him.
Straight line from where it gets launched. I don't want it to hit Toa from the desk to him. So
So in this
You will
area,
launch your book.
yeah, if I just pull the book straight left here, just go boom,
Benadryl
Go ahead.
leaning through the door.
Okay, I'll keep that a level 1, so that's one of my spell slots. I'm rolling I gotta read this here. A creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the object strikes and they get 3d8 damage.
All right, Dex save. What's your save DC?
My spell save DC is 12.
Uh-oh.
That's a failure.
It's gonna
This
get bonked.
dude has run out of luck. So roll damage.
3d8, okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage early game.
This is a
Lot
d8
of
if I
damage.
recall.
That's correct. Yes.
Benadryl
First
is just
one,
watching
minimum
familiar
3
hand
damage.
signs with glee.
7 on the first
Uh-oh.
one. 7 on the second
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
4 on the last one.
That's 18.
It's a very powerful book.
Turn that thing
Knowledge!
skull into a powder.
So all right, this tome comes flying out, hits this dude square in the chest. You hear a cracking noise. He goes flying over to the other end of the room and then collapses in kind of a crumpled heap.
Neato!
Oh dear heavens! I didn't expect it to be that strong.
The tome you see has like a steel.
It had so much force.
It has like a steel reinforced back. This book looks like it was probably a good 30 pounds.
Benadryl is just cackling like an absolute lunatic in the background, like full-on insane laughter.
Benadryl, I didn't think it was with that much force. I just did what you did. I read your book.
All right, everybody gets 40 XP.
I get... that was unexpectedly brutal. 40 XP.
That is correct. 40.
Okay.
4-0.
Can I spare the dying on him to make him not dead, or is he just immediately dead when he hit the back of the wall?
On this
I think
guy,
he has internal
check him
organ
out.
failure.
Stroll over there, see what's going on.
Alright, I will
He's got
attempt to spare
collapsed
the dying to
ribs.
see if he's even alive.
All right, you do your little ritual, and he stops. How do I say this? It's not like he's bleeding, at least not that you can see, but he's definitely
was-
not breathing.
You get the sense that
Well,
the internal bleeding has slowed.
huh. Well, spare the dying stabilizes a living person, so I guess it really depends if he counts as living.
That all depends on if you want to extend the benefits of death saves to other creatures. Traditionally, it isn't. Traditionally, that's plot armor only reserved for main characters. So if we're going off of those rules,
Then no, he's dead.
he actually has significantly less than 0 HP.
I
Well-
only needed what, 3?
Yeah,
Well, Lars,
you
I can
notice that
officially
there's
say
a
you fatally enlightened
cavity.
him.
There's a cavity kind of in his chest where you can see the leather armor kind of bends inward. Like you don't see any blood except for little trickles of it coming out of his mouth. His eyes are kind of bulged out a little bit, wide open, and his limbs are like sprawled.
Lars just
Benadryl.
It's kind of
Looks like-
twitching.
looks aghast at the sight and goes, I'm gonna need a minute. And he just stumbles his way out and starts dry heaving into one of the flower pots out front.
Well, my
Benadryl's
good
going
sir,
to
now that you've
look
been
at
fatally
Albertine.
enlightened, let's go see if we can get enlightenment from the other guy.
Yeah, let's bring them back into the office with us.
Oh yeah, and then we need to take care of the guy cowering in the corner. I also like to take a note of this gentleman's outfit, the details of it, in case I need to steal it later, figuratively.
Okay. You commit that to memory for the most part.
Okay.
I would like to search this desk, please.
Sure. You search the townmaster's desk, and you find nothing. Amid the wood splinters, you find nothing but quills, ink, deeds to land, communications
those?
from farmers and stuff.
I steal all of his blank paper.
All of his blank parchment paper. Okay, there's
Yes.
several sheets. You get about maybe 9 sheets of parchment papers. The blubbering townmaster, Harbin, just kind of gets up and looks around at all of you and starts crying.
Albertine, bring that guy back in here.
He just kind of stands and gently like weeps as he as his head hangs kind
So-
of in the direction of the floor.
You want to explain what's been going on here?
Yeah, he just cries and like shakes his head.
Why are they
Lars-
blackmailing you?
Lars just slowly meanders back into the room, avoiding the left
He
side
seems
corner.
pretty overcome with emotion. Currently, kind of in shock. He seems a little bit delirious. Maybe you need to smack some sense into him.
Right, I can
Can
take
I-
him into the bonk zone.
I was gonna say, can I try and like snap him out of it using words instead of violence?
Give
You
it a
go
shot.
first, Lars. It's like
I
carefully
blow
eye my
sensually
corner.
into his ear.
You can either roleplay
I'm
this
gonna-
or make a roll.
I'm gonna help Albertine bring this guy back into the
I'll
building.
do the roleplay aspect. That's my angle.
Okay, alright. You guys
Lars-
drag this dude in. His arms are dislocated and he seems pretty
Ooh.
winded.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Lars yells across the the town hall.
This dude is
Are you
he's
though?
seething.
Are you really?
He's seething, and then he sees his buddy and he shuts up and he stops like resisting.
Which dude is stealing?
This guy.
Lars-
Seething McSeether over there.
Seething
McSeetherson.
That's his name.
Yep.
Benadryl sees that reaction and just starts like he takes his dancing light cantrip and he just sets it right over the guy's head in an exclamation point.
Oh, he's not seething anymore. He was.
And then, as a show of good faith, I'm going to cast Mending on the desk.
Okay, alright. The splinters kind of lift up from the floor and align themselves around the spear, which is still embedded in the desk.
No,
Hey,
no, my
could
spear.
Would you mind?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna walk over and question. Just check the DM and if that's okay.
Proceed.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that's okay.
Wait, what? What'd you ask?
No, in DMs.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were
Yeah,
saying
you're fine.
check with the DM. You'll have time to do that here in just a minute.
Okay. I'll just pull it out of the desk then.
All right, I continue to mend the desk.
All right, now it's actually mended.
Huzzah!
All right, Lars, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to walk over to the town master and.
Is it just
kneel
the
down
townmaster
to-
still in here, or is the other guy still here?
All 3 guys are still here. This dude's looking real quiet, real wide-eyed. This dude's not really looking at anything in particular. His eyes are open. He's just kind of staring at the ceiling.
As we said, he was fatally enlightened.
Yep.
I'd like to
Yeah.
run his pockets, please.
Okay, you find 3 copper pieces and a love letter.
Oh no.
Can I tell that it's a love letter?
It's written in loopy script, appears to be addressed from like a childhood friend turned lover. There's a lot of language of just like, once we get through this, we'll move away, and I miss you, and I hope things are well. It's been so long.
Benadryl's response is, "That's rough, buddy," and then he just shoves the letter in his mouth.
All right, you see this dude just
Just
kind of
eats it.
munching on this parchment.
Benadryl, show some decorum. I don't even know what was on that note, but you can't just desecrate the bodies like that so soon.
Gotta wait to desecrate those bodies. Gotta bury them, and then once they're in a tomb, they're just free game in terms of desecration.
You said 3 copper?
Yeah, 3 copper.
Alright.
All right.
Cool.
Lars is going to kneel down next to the town master.
He's kind of like
And-
rocking back and forth in this time. Is he's like actively crying.
Haven, Mr. Haven Wester.
He looks at you like, woo.
Listen, I know things have been rough. Stuff is not easy. But remember, you're in charge of the people in this town. You need to get it together. You need to stand up, man up, and take charge.
I almost died.
I understand that.
They were going to kill me.
Listen. I understand. Death is horrifying. I mean, just look at me. I've been stabbed like 3 times already. I've already seen death's door.
I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? Sorry for what?
Being
Letting them
stabbed,
control?
it hurts. I'm so
You're not
sorry.
wrong.
I'm so sorry you were stabbed.
It's fine. It's fine, Mr. Townmaster.
No, it's not. It's not fine.
It
I'm
makes
bringing
for
this up to
a great
tell you
story.
that you cannot let that overrule you. You must take control of your fear. Okay?
But I'm so scared.
We all are. We all are. But
No,
we
I'm
can't
Gargi.
let that fear control us.
Except for
All of
him,
these
he's
people.
guy.
The town of Phandelver, they all look up to you. They listen to you. You need to get them all to band together as one unifying force. Don't let these people, these Redbrands, as Lars points behind him towards the guy with Seethy McSeetherson. Yes. You can't let them take control of everything you own and hold dear here.
I thought you were going to
need-
point to the dead guy.
Can't let that guy walk all over your way of life.
Basically.
It's not gonna be doing much walking anymore, but okay. Harbin seems encouraged by your words. He sniffs a little bit and then he confides in you. It's my fault. I thought they were just a mercenary guild. They scared me. I just let them walk all over anybody. None of the townsfolk are gonna respect me. I didn't stand up for any of them.
No.
What if
No,
you
may
stab
not
that
have
guy?
stood up for them, but you can stand up for them now. It's not too late to earn their respect once again.
Sniffs.
Take it from me. Politicians usually don't get second chances. Usually because there's not an opportunity to do so. You have that chance. Don't squander it.
He looks intimidated and somewhat reassured. He stands up shakily on his fat trunk-like legs and hobbles over to the desk and runs his hand over the mahogany surface. He just kind of like runs through like the drawers and the different like cabinets built into the desk, mutters to himself, need to write a memo. Well, out of parchment. Gotta get some parchment. Would one of you mind picking me up some parchment? I need to write something down. I need to communicate this. This is it's quite
Benadryl, do you have some parchment that this poor fellow may use?
Of course, here.
All right, so you hand Harbin some parchment. He takes it and very absent-mindedly just kind of scribbles something down, then folds it, presses a seal onto it, and then he stares up at Sildar, kind of mumbles under his breath, and is just like, I trust you know where to deliver this. And Sildar just kind of nods solemnly. He takes the letter, kind of tucks it into a pouch, a leather pouch on his belt. He looks around at all of you. It's been a pleasure, but I'm afraid there is business I must attend to. But I trust we shall see each other soon. And without another word, was out the door and down the road.
Very well, Sildar.
Now I know what he was holding. It's the letter.
Yes, he's
Yeah,
not
his-
holding the letter.
Yeah, no, his last name was Holden, right? Sildar Holden?
Allwinter.
Allwinter, yeah.
Oh, wow, I am...
It would have been a good
I
pun.
Ping.
You got the
I
brain
thought I
rot.
was
It's
being
okay.
funny.
I was a little bit confused for a minute. I was like, did I forget?
No,
Maybe
I'm
that was
the
his middle
stupid.
name.
He's holding that Hall Winter.
Yeah,
I
Sildar
guess
Holden
so.
Hallwinter.
He's been holding it Hall Winter. Hall
So
Winter
it's Sildar
long.
Holden Hallwinter. That's a name that rolls off the tongue.
It certainly does. And gentlemen, I do believe that brings us to time.
Alrighty.
It does.
We got some good progress.
We
At
certainly
the
do.
start
We
of
got-
next session, we get to ask Mr. Seethington,
Peterson.
Yeah,
that guy,
see
we get
this
to
one.
ask number 2 some questions.
we could talk to
Oh,
number
yeah.
1. He knows all about ceilings.
And I will get number... we may also potentially take number 2 to the bonk zone.
No, it's called Guantanamo
He is
Bay.
very enlightened.
Highway to the bonk zone. All right.